Galaxy Note Pro is powered by Android 4.4.2 with a brand new TouchWiz UI on top. It's called Magazine UX UI that's custom made for big screen Android tablets. You can see the notification bar, the quick widgets, and then the cards. Then you have your familiar home screen setup. You can also custom your lock screen to have these widgets or not have them. You have new unlock animation called Blind, and then those shortcut keys that you've just seen. Now you can have a maximum of 5 home screens. See, similar way to add or remove home screen that happens with all TouchWiz UI. Yeah, it's pretty smooth. You can also long hold to add widgets and apps and other things. There you see wallpapers, widgets and apps, and that's the widget menu. Yeah, so on left side but then comes a constant 2 pages of magazine, and that's why it's called Magazine UI. You have different layout of news related to business and other subjects, and you can also have them layout in a separate sense, something like what HTC does. You can change your layout. There you see that every tile can change their form and size. You can also add various news subject. There you see. But you cannot remove the magazine UI from here. You can, of course, you can again change the tiles from here and there. You can also resize them if they support that particular layout. Now it's already 6, so you cannot resize them. You have to delete one and automatically one widget resizes. Now you can resize any widgets to fill that empty space. That's your notification bar. Yeah, very Galaxy S5 like. You have round icons, playful, but then at the core it stays the same principle as Google's default notification style. You have the quick function toggle bar on top. You can edit them here. There you see, you can drag and drop them to have whatever function you want to appear on the notification bar at whatever order that you choose. You can also create folders, and this is not exactly an app dock. This is more like shortcuts on the home screens. You can create folder like that and then drag any icon to that folder. You see, like I've dragged 2 icons to the folder just now. Long press on the home button to straight away go to Google. Now there is no menu button here. You can see that's the recent menu button. You can swipe up to get rid of any particular recent application or close all of them together. You can also go to the task manager and clear your RAM and any running applications. You can also see this amount of RAM and storage available and in use. That's the back button. Yeah, and that's your main app drawer. You have most of Google's default Android apps, plus most of Samsung's in-house app, plus there are some apps that are exclusive to the Magazine UX UI. That means to the Galaxy Note series of tablets. Let's check out the settings. So you have your connection settings. Yeah. It also supports mobile network because it supports 3G here. You can check your data usage. You can also screen mirror. And there are various device settings. You can set up your call, messages, sound, display. You also have the multi-window obviously. You can drag the multi-window out from the right side, unlike the phones where you could drag them from the left side. And also, because of the big screen, you can actually accommodate 4 windows. Now there you see the second window there. Yeah. And then you will have different options of how you want to use or position those windows. All windows, you can swap the position of the windows, you can float the windows. There you see the window just got swept. You can also drag a third window and you can position it anywhere on the screen, and now we have 3 windows there. Yeah. Again, the same options come. Then there are various options. You can also float a window, you see, and move it around there, and then drag a last 4th window. So there you see the 12.2 inch screen is equally divided into 4 windows. You can also maximize a window easily. Yeah, it's very convenient and useful while multitasking. Let's check out some other settings. You have your lock screen settings that I've shown you just now, usual lock screen setups, yeah, the shortcuts and stuff that I've just shown you. Then wallpaper, fonts, notification pane, blocking mode. Then you have controls, languages and input, then voice control and S Pen. Yeah. One important thing to note here is that there is no option of Air View via fingers. There's only option of Air View via S Pen. That's a drawback, I would say. Dragging out the S Pen will bring up the Air command, but you can of course customize that. And then you have pen detection options and motions and palm motions and smart screen. The usual options that you would get in the Android flagship of Samsung. You can add this many accounts there. Storage, there you see 32 GB of total storage, and then about device. Now let's check out some of the apps. So we have the File Explorer, and you can take advantage of the big screen, have different sizes of thumbnails, can see the storages and a few other nifty features. You also have the S Planner, yeah. Calendar, that's today's, I don't have any event there. And you can also create event. It's pretty similar to the usual TouchWiz UI. And then you can add various tabs, make it look cooler with all those icons, so you can know quickly what type of event or meeting that you're creating. You have the messages, again similar. And let me take this moment to show you the keyboard. It looks like the desktop keyboard, but of course does not have the same haptic feedback, although it takes advantage of the big real estate and have the keys, big keys with enough space among themselves, even for the fattest of fingers. It has almost all the features a desktop keyboard has. Yeah. You can also change the keyboard layout from there, and not like Apple's like I was trying. So you have 3 kind of keyboard. One was normal and this one is floating. You can drag it around if you prefer to type with one hand mainly. Yeah. And then you also have a split one, yeah, so where you can type with both your hands. And although it's a big screen, but then this keyboard takes help for both your thumbs to write. It increases the writing speed as well, and although keeps the letters and numericals within the reach of your fingers. So we come back to the normal keyboard layout. So it's a very comfortable keyboard to say the least. There's a settings, and you can install various languages. And there you see continuous input and all the usual feature that TouchWiz keyboard has. Yeah. I almost never needed to use the swipe feature here because the keyboard is so big. Yeah, the moment you drag the S Pen out, you will have the Air command, and it will also automatically bring up the S Pen enable text writing keyboard, because I just enabled that feature in settings. It also recognizes handwriting as bad as mine. You have your S Note. Again, I'm not gonna go too deep into it. You have a music, and I'll come back to it. Then video, I'll show you a different review video for the multimedia. The same for the cameras. You have the gallery and pretty much the same arrangement. You have all albums arranged in stack there. Yeah. You have the e-meeting feature that's exclusive to the Galaxy Note series mainly. Yeah, because the 12.2 basically wants to replace your laptop. You have Bloomberg's Business Week Plus, and you can also have I don't know, about a year of magazines free maybe. You can download those magazines, and you see it also supports the Galaxy Note Pro's layout. Texts are big enough, but then you see just a bit of that lag. Now this is one thing that's pretty much plaguing the Note Pro 12.2 inch is a laggy UI. Really, there's so many stuff on top of the stock Android 4.4.2 that it ends up lagging the overall system. You have New York's time, and then Hancom Office, which is a full-fledged Office. You of course have the Office viewer installed when you buy the tablet, but then you go ahead and download the Office Pro from Samsung apps for free, and this Office Pro will enable you to create new Word, Excel or PowerPoints. So you can simply install them without paying any extra money, so that's a good thing. Hancom Office is a very professional looking office. You can of course also download the Microsoft Office for this Android. And there are other third-party options, the Quick Office from Google also, but Hancom Office is one of the more professional looking Office app. Then you have Sketchbook for Galaxy, which is a very prominent software for drawing or making any design, and it takes full advantage of the S Pen and S Pen's various pressure points and precise writing and drawing. You can select your pen or pencil from there. You can also select your ink colors, and based on the pressure you're giving, it'll change the breadth of the lines and so on. You see, it's very easy and comfortable, and because you have such a big screen, there is no question of hitting the back button so that the application closes. I faced this problem many times with my Note 2 and Note 3 because it's a relatively smaller screen, so at times the end of my palm would hit the back button, but then not here because it's such a big screen. You have ample space there. You see, depending on the pressure I'm putting with the S Pen, the thickness of the line changes. It's very good because like other Note series, the Note Pro 12.2 also has a Wacom layer that recognizes different pressure points. So these are the Galaxy Plus. Again, slight lag there. You have Knox and Google's default app. And it's overall, the tab is smooth, that the infrared receiver, and now it supports India. Thankfully, during the S4 times it did not support India, so now not only India, it also supports various cable and direct to home TV services, so that you can set up and this service or this app is compatible with many of your service providers. So overall the UI is smooth, seamless and fast, but there is a constant lag when you're multitasking, because there's such a heavy layer on top of the default Android ROM, as I told you. So this lagginess at times is kind of nagging, but overall for daily usage should be fine.